Hi, I'm Kristyn Burtt for Red Carpet Report, and we got an inside look at the Governor's Ball for the 68th Annual Emmy Awards. All right, tell us what went into selecting this year's sparkling wine.
You know, we really looked very long and hard at the relationship that television viewers have to content these days. The remarkable thing about, and I'll speak for myself personally, I am an ardent fan in the limited amount of time that I have after watching Bravo programming with my wife when I'm not traveling for work.
Housewife.
Yes, exactly. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I love Game of Thrones. I love The Walking Dead. There are some television programs these days that have the imagination and the tapestry of imagery that used to be relevant only to the large screen. And at the end of the season, I become morose, almost depressed as a result of it. And I realized that I've become so ingrained with a love for these characters and the narrative that a void forms in my life when they're gone, and a great anticipation for when they'll return. And it's the same relationship that wine lovers have to wine. Sometimes you don't understand why you love something the way you do. It just becomes ingrained in who you are, part of your DNA, part of the emotional quotient of what you would describe as joy or happiness or sincerity in your life. And so we looked at our wines that were most prophetic in terms of delivering a currency of not just the culture of champagne-styled sparkling wines, but also would immediately be a panacea to anything that might be ailing you emotionally, mentally, physically, and just assuage everything and bring joy and happiness in that poignant moment where this is about celebration of life and culture and all things beautiful, and the incredible massive talent that is on array at an event such as this.
Well, that sounds great because I'm someone that I'm like, pink. I love rosé. That's something that right away makes me happy.
Yes, it's my favorite style as well. For many years, rosé wines or pink wines were hindered by two things. The assumption that pink wines are sweet, which in recent years, the characteristic of pink wines has been lending towards off-dry or sweet. But also there's that horrible social element of when somebody's watching you drink a pink wine, what are they thinking about you as a result of the fact that you're drinking a pink wine? These days, it's a preferred style, and it's always been within champagne as a culture preferred style. It's more difficult to make a sparkling wine using a combination of both red and white grapes because you've got tannin at play. Ours is, as I said, all organically produced. We produce our rosés on the skins, so all the compounds that are in the skin of the grape are introduced at the very beginning of the winemaking process. So what you're left with is this hedonistic bouquet of bruised violets, candied rose petals, pomegranate squirt, acerola notes of Bing cherries, Mount Rainier aromas, cherry blossoms that descends into the mouth, and then the backdrop of Chardonnay gives you that Meyer lemon creaminess and that beautiful sapidity of classic Blanc de Blanc styles.
You have a great vocabulary, I have to say. That really sold it to me. Are we seeing this in the Governor's Ball or also at the show?
You're going to see it at the show and the Governor's Ball. At the Ferrari bar, we will be pouring about 30,000 glasses of wine in total. We're not going to leave anything. We're leaving everything out on the field, so to speak. When the performers emerge from the actual awards presentation and are entering into the hall, they will be met with a phalanx of young men and women in tuxedos bearing silver trays with glasses of Ferrari. So the moment of rapture will be when they first take that glass and the pearlescence is exploding from the mouth of the glass, and it will bring them into this room. The wonderful thing actually about the decor this year is that if you took a train from Verona up to where we are in Trentino, you'd move up into the mountains and you'd see all this wild arboreal forests and these wonderful decadent, untouched vegetative scenes that are part of an ancient antique culture. So moving into the room this year, based on the design profile, is like moving up into Trentino to the birthplace of Ferrari. So it's quite emblematic for us, actually.
Sounds like a great synergistic partnership.
Last year it was all crystal and beauty, and so the beading of our wines melded extremely well as well. But you know, ultimately these wines, they're designed to be enjoyed, and you don't need to be the font of all wit and wisdom about wine in order to enjoy them. They're for people who just love to drink wine and don't really know why, and they're so comfortably designed and such intrinsically articulate expressions of our territory and the vision of our winemaking team and the family that owns Ferrari. There's nothing more I can say about them than the epitome of genuineness when it comes to winemaking.
Well, and you're very passionate about your wines as well. I love that.
I love them. My concept when it comes to winemaking is very simple. Wines are about the people and the territory. And leadership is an action, it's not a title. A lot of you see a lot of movement in any industry where leadership becomes more of a personification of title. We're the strongest and most beloved producer of sparkling wine in Italy, but that doesn't mean we can ever relax the desire to be more perfect. 2 days ago in London, at the largest and most important sparkling wine champagne competition on earth, the International Champagne and Sparkling Wine World Championships, our non-vintage Brut, which will be served at the Governor's Ball and at the Emmys, won the best Blanc de Blanc in the world champion Blanc de Blanc. This is against bottles of wine that sell for $300, $400, $500, $1,000 a bottle. And for a little Italian producer in northern Italy that, by comparison to the size and the scope of champagne, is a mote of dust in God's eye, it's an Excelsior moment for us and for all Italian sparkling wine producers, because it unequivocally is now saying that sparkling wine as a part of everyday drinking wine culture should be enjoyed and can be enjoyed by everyone, not just at special occasions, but every day at the dinner table. Because for Italians, culture is great food, great wine, and the memories that are forged in the company of those two things, and it's daily. But moreover, your bottle doesn't have to have the word champagne on it to be good. And it's the experience of drinking these styles of wines and the memories that you forged in them has nothing to do with where it's sprung from. It's the impetus behind how they're made.
Well, congratulations on your world title.
Thank you.
And celebrating the best in television.
My
Sounds like a
pleasure.
good partnership.
And we are absolutely honored to support the Television Academy and the Emmys on an ongoing basis. I relish the opportunity to support this industry. It really is very rewarding for us.
I'm going to steal this glass. Is that okay?
Please.
I'm going to enjoy it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, like our video, and let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win at the 68th Annual Emmy Awards.